Hey everyone, my name is Alicia and welcome to another short video on how to use base R to create a frequency bar graph with Julius. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change out of Python and go into R itself. Now I have a little bit of an interesting thing with my data set since it's actually a screenshot of a chart. So this means that I have to create a data frame since I don't have my data in a specific table. So what we can first do is ask Julius to create a data frame using our code. So you can see that it has brought in my screenshot and it's invertebrate species and the count or frequency of them. So we have about 8, I believe, invertebrate species, 2, 4, 6, 8 of them and their associated counts. It is coding very, very nice, and it's in what is called an R script here. So I like seeing it in an R script because it doesn't fully run the code yet unless I tell it to. I'm not completely done with editing this specific code yet. There is another thing that I want to add. So this would be the Barplot section. So what I'm going to have Julius do So this bar plot function, as the name suggests, makes a bar plot on the specific frequencies of my invertebrate species. So it doesn't look like it's running it in a R script, which is fine. I can adjust it later, but you can see that it has actually plotted a lovely bar plot on my data set. There are some things that we can do to adjust. For example, my invertebrate species title is intersecting with my invertebrate species names. So this could be a simple fix. But let's ask Julius to see what it comes up with. Now I really like coding in Julius with R because if I don't know a specific name of the code or a specific chunk of code that I'm trying to do, I can just ask Julius to come up with it. So for this specific one, it's actually the par margins one, and I did know this code, but I wanted to see what Julius would do. So it showed me the adjustment from this one to this one, which is very cool. Now let's tackle this invertebrate species intersecting with this species name. So I want to see what kind of code it comes up with for adjusting the invertebrate species title below the invertebrate species names. So I was able to do that, which is what I wanted, which is great. So this specific code is actually involved with moving the specific title lower so that we can see the species names. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask Julius to relay this entire code to me in an R script. And there is two more things actually that I want to do to this data set before I consider it done in my eyes. So I can also download this script as a file and run it in RStudio if I want, but I don't have to since I have R here. But let me ask one more thing for it. So you can see that my erythroneural combs here its count is way higher than 200. So what I want to do is I want to expand my y-axis, so probably to 300 so that this bar is not above the y-axis here. And I also want to have a code section that has the highest species count here and the lowest down here. So let me see what we can do. So I've written this code and I've hit 2 more things. So we're adjusting the R script to increase my y-axis, and then we're also telling it to adjust the placement of my species. Amazing. So it has completely adjusted where my erythroneural combs has the highest and all the way down to my lowest species being the erythroneural zigzag. You can see that my invertebrate species title is down here. We can see this complete name of the species itself. And I can also download this script as a file. So let's see the two pieces of code that it added in. So it did this order the data frame by count in descending order by giving it order here and data count. So my YLM here, so that would be 0, 300. That count here is the 300 counts that extends my y-axis. Okay, so now we have this beautiful plot made from R and Julius. And Julius was able to walk us through a lot of the steps that we did not completely know, including adding code in and also allowing me to download a script file. So this is one of the cool things you can do with Julius when running R code.